And welcome back to AM Northwest. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and did you know that prostate cancer is more common than breast cancer and is the second leading cause of cancer death among men? And here to tell us more, we're happy to welcome the founder of Blue Cure Foundation, Gabe Canales. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You are a very young man, and you were diagnosed with prostate cancer at age 35, which is unusual.
Yeah, I was diagnosed through an inadvertent PSA test. I'd gone to get an annual physical. The doctors drew blood, and they found that my testosterone levels were low. It wasn't indicative of or symptomatic. So I went to a urologist. They confirmed the low testosterone, but they accidentally ran a PSA test. Got back with me 4 weeks later. I had another PSA test and then a biopsy, which confirmed cancer.
And at age 35, which is awfully young, because normally we think of prostate cancer as something that affects older men.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's the perception. We are seeing it more and more, and as I travel the country, I have met guys. I met someone recently in New York City who was diagnosed at age 29 with prostate cancer. The impetus, though, for some of these cancers, as well as other chronic health conditions, are dietary and lifestyle habits that start at a much younger age. And that's the message I'm trying to get out there, is that we've got to change dietary and lifestyle habits starting when men are boys. So, number one, I'm an example that prostate cancer is not just an old man's cancer. Number two, prostate cancer prevention begins when men are boys. And number three, we need to encourage men all across this country that they can be empowered to learn how to make better dietary and lifestyle choices, which can reduce their chances, as well as when to start having annual screenings.
Well, let's talk about the lifestyle choices first. So, because we've often heard you eat right, you exercise, and you avoid a lot of cancers, a lot of diseases. How does that affect prostate cancer?
Okay, well, you know, 90% of all cancer is 90% of all cancer is environment and lifestyle related, okay? So that's a pretty significant number right there. That's from the National Cancer Institute. When I was diagnosed, my doctors encouraged me to eat foods that did not have hormones, antibiotics, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and larvicides. In fact, we estimate by the time I was 35, I'd had 35,000 meals just full of chemicals, okay? And then you have to think about household contaminants. You have to think about environmental issues. Remember, I told you that originally I had low testosterone. How we were able to boost that up in a matter of weeks was I rubbed a little bit of gel on my fingertips on my shoulder, and my hormone levels drastically increased. So the doctor in New York City made this other point. He said, just as easy as it was for your body to absorb that, think about antiperspirant that you put day after day, year after year under your arm. Think about all the chemicals that you put on your body, bug sprays, etc. Think about that. Try to use natural things on your body. Try not to use sunscreen as often as needed that is not natural, okay? Try to use things that, and try to find things around your house that are natural. I mean, don't continue to use all
which is never bad advice, no matter what. You want to be more in tune with nature, I guess would be one way to put it. Let's talk then about the screenings now, because it seems to me that my doctor's has a sick pleasure in screening, but a lot of men resist screenings. When should they start them?
Well, according to the American Cancer Society, 55, okay, 45 if you are African American or have a family history of cancer. I was 35, no symptoms, no family history of it. So this really is something, I mean, I encourage men to get PSA screened at a much younger age. I've told men as young as 35, but I've had men come up to me in their 20s say, what should I do? I'm in my 20s. And what I tell them that they can do is engage in preventative dietary and lifestyle habits, as well as stress management techniques, which we know can reduce your chances of getting cancer.
With your foundation, Blue Cure, obviously, you know, the lifestyle is the centerpiece of this. So what do men need to know besides avoiding chemicals, avoiding things that they ingest in their bodies or put on their bodies? Are there other lifestyle changes?
My doctors advised me to reduce red meat consumption. I have not had red meat in 2 years. An anti-cancer approach to that is if you do have red meat, make sure it's grass-fed, hormone-free red meat. I have a lot more cruciferous vegetables in my diet, like organic kale, organic cauliflower, organic broccoli. I've eliminated as many processed foods as I can. I know it's hard, but that's something to strive for, is to eliminate processed foods as well as lower sugar consumption. That right there is kind of a plan to help you reduce harmful risks and lessening inflammation in the body. Are you finding
that men are listening to this message? Because you're asking them to give up a lot of stuff that we've grown up on.
Sure. You know, I go and speak to even men as young as guys in junior high.
Right.
Junior high, high school, and college level. And if you show them what that looks like, and if you give them examples of the types of food, you'd be surprised how receptive they are. But it has to start at a younger age.
Very good. Thanks for coming and sharing the message. Blue Cure Foundation. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.